Hello, welcome back, or welcome to the first um, video. This time, my question was, is Eurovision 2024 going to take part without problems? And I have begun with the deck, the Elben from the Fairies. And this is the card we received. It is not a card that we've received before, as I remember it. The card is number 29. So what this gave me focus was on the owl. The owl has fixed eyes. So I'm moving eyes. Owl only has eyes facing the same direction. That's why they always have to turn their head, and they can like turn it around for like 360. Basically, not really, but you know, they can look behind them. And that's what I'm thinking here. Obviously, they will do everything to ensure security, so there will be eyes everywhere. The tree is old, has roots. The Elben take care of the trees for a really long time, because Elben also live a long time, so they have this ability to tend for the trees, and they can be more involved. We more so just like kind of watch them because they live much longer than us. The trees, I mean. And yeah, this is something that's been rooted for a while. I think it's very grounded energy. So I think it's good. There's this sunlight, but I don't know if it's. I would just say, because it's behind her, I would say this is sunset. And what happens after sunset is darkness. We will get into that a bit later, so I would just like to translate basically what it says on the card. It says everything needs time, and that you should like forget of your expectations. You know, of like, no, you should let go of like stuff that you're used to. You should go out of your comfort zone. You know, like for example, she may be scared of the heights. Goes on the tree and sits up in the branches and is there until she feels fine. Yeah, like when you step outside of your own comfort zone, and then you have great opportunities. That's what this card is actually for. But yeah, she's fine. She's relaxed. I think this card would tell me that everything's gonna be fine, but it's not that simple. Okay, so from the Mayan deck, from the Mayan Astro cards, we got Solar Eclipse. Card has like a bit of like a curve, and it's like easily movable. So should I remove myself or just move myself? So solar eclipse is when the sun, the moon, and the earth stand in the perfect alignment. Obviously, this alignment only works in certain locations on Earth at a certain time. The sun represents masculine energy. The earth represents feminine energy. Feminine energy covers up the masculine energy. The sun goes down and it becomes dark. What was that? It becomes dark, yeah. In both of these cards, it becomes dark. I will say that darkness is not a good energy in this case. Without darkness, we would know light. But in this case, I would say that it's about fear. This card is about fear in this case. Because in the past when we didn't know, but also nowadays, people are still afraid of it. I'm actually talking to you about people. Yes, people are afraid when this happens because it's unusual. You know that the sun goes down every day. Maybe in some parts of the world it doesn't, but like in most of the earth, the sun actually goes down every single day. And it becomes dark. And it happens again. It becomes daytime again and over and over. And so many days this happens, but once. Every blue moon. No, it's even rarer than that, I think. I don't know how often the blue moon is, but like it's really rare. It might happen once in your lifetime. It might not happen ever. But like when this happens, people are afraid. It becomes dark at a wrong time. So this is the fear card. If you put energy into it, if you put fear into something, you're manifesting it. The fear, the dark energy. Okay, next card is Avalon. So this dragon represents represents, it's like very powerful magic within you. High magic even, I think. I don't know if this is the name of the dragon because it does in the booklet say that there is a place that's called Avalon. And if you let this dragon, will take you there. I'm getting this as like a protector, a protective energy, very like strong, stern. The way it like looks over. I'm like getting the opposite. This is how kind of it is. This is the darkness and this is the light. This is technically both, but to me, these cards make perfect sense. Then we got Page of Swords in reverse. Let me quickly give you the keywords, which I'm not fully sure what they mean. Bluntness, cynicism, defensiveness, sullenness, and all talk. It can be all talk. Somehow this image kind of makes me think of like, how is it called? Like these circus, fortune tellers. I know this is not it at all, but it kind of makes me think of it. And even like a psychic. If there was a card that said psychic, what kind of energy would that be? Like a very dualistic, you know, because people think psychics are not real, they're all frauds, because there definitely are frauds, you know. If all psychics are bad, then all people are bad. There is such thing as light and dark magic, so I think because of like a few bad apples, the whole like batch could spoil. Honestly, what I'm getting with this card is if you feed into the fear, which represented by this card, that's where you're gonna lean towards. If you feed into this energy, that's where you're gonna lean towards. You have the power. We actually have the power to manifest positive things. And whenever you think of like, what if an attack happens, or you know, whatever bad comes across your mind, because intrusive thoughts are real, you can just acknowledge the thought and then replace it with a good thought. You know, it's always been fine. We will be protected. I trust the people who are in charge of this. And it's all good, right? So I have a very new, at least energetically with you, it's all right. So if something happens, you're away from it, right? So I have this cool new deck. It's called the Citadel. I don't know how this is pronounced. And I got the guide. And I got the queen. It's funny how this queen keeps reappearing. I made very few readings. Obviously, I had to do some to like try it out. And I got the queen every single time. For like different people even. And then now the queen returns. So I don't actually know how long I'm recording because I can't see it. And I don't want to click on the thing that's glowing yellow because it might pop on the screen. So I will just read about the guide and the queen. Look at the cool card that I used to mark. I like the art so much. Okay, the guide. Beneath the thundering echo of a waterfall, a bell rings, clear and compelling, commanding the attention of all close enough to hear. Almost without thinking, you feel your feet turn you towards the waters and the figure beneath. The guide has inherited their position, and the path they walk has been predetermined. It is their role to correct the mistakes made by their predecessor and set things right. You're in a situation that isn't ideal, but it's up to you to make the most of it. Holding a grudge against what laid you here won't achieve anything. It's time to accept the cards you've been dealt. Once you're on the other side of this, you'll be better placed to reflect on what you've learned from the experience, but for now, it's time to put in some hard work and push through. Honestly, these two cards are giving me the opposite ideas, energies. And the pilgrim was used to mark the queen, which is very similar. Interesting. The throne room is an austere affair, lined with tapestries and portraits of past rulers. At the far end, the throne commands attention. It represents power and the sacrifices made by those who have sat on it. Occupying it now is the queen, sitting tall and proud, ready for a day full of difficult decisions. But this is a position that they have worked hard to reach, and they will not shy away from their responsibilities that they have come in the wake of their ambition. You've left a lot of things behind in order to get to where you are now, but regretting your decisions will only tarnish the glory of what you've achieved. There will be more of these challenges in the future. Come to terms with the fact that achieving your goals is worth all of them. So, I feel like the guide is more like, you can choose what you want. You know, do you want to align with this fear or with power and like strength? And the queen, I feel like I'm speaking to people who are there at the venue, like who are in Malmö or like Copenhagen ish area. I don't know. I feel like people went to Copenhagen instead. But like people who are around there, who are gonna watch the shows, I think that's who I'm speaking to. If you're just a viewer, you can still manifest positive things. Most definitely so. I think that's what the guide is about. And the queen is like, I know what I want. I came here to see the show. That's what I'm gonna get. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. I got that card for Raven. And also for myself. So interesting, right? So I think the queen is just like, literally, she knows everything. Because if you're a leader, you need to know things. You need to know where everyone is. You need to know if like protection is in place. You know, if you have all the guards in the correct spots. Are all the guards, you know, like guards, they're ready to make a shift, you know, not that it's empty for a while, you know. Are the patrols working correctly, or are they efficient enough? You know, I mean, the queen needs to know stuff, and she also knows that people have used a lot of like determination in the past who have ruled, and now she knows that this is very stressful. It's a lot, but she's ready. She's absolutely ready. Also, I can tell you that there are 4 factions, I think. 4 factions, and these 2 are in different factions already. So the queen is a part of the court, and the guide is a part of academy. Court represents achievement and completion, yet also unbreakable bonds in the sense of ultimate responsibility, which Queen definitely is. And the guide is representing, in the academy, representing those who flourish in acts of study and ingenuity. These cards represent learning aspirations and development. I feel like this is like an open book. This one already knows everything. I know everything, who I am, what I have to do, and this one's like, oh, I can be that, or I can be this, or I can be that, or that. It's your choice. Make the right choice. That is it. I think I just got energies. I don't think anything is going to happen, but if you feel like something may happen, put some good energies out there. Literally for anything. For yourself, for your family members, for your friends, for politicians, honestly. We just hate on them. I'm talking to myself. I'm literally talking to myself. I don't like politics at all. But if we want to have countries, we have to have politics. And it's not like we can just dissolve all of that stuff in a maybe not even in a century. Yeah, thank you very much for watching. I was gonna plug my next video. What is it? The energies behind Eurovision 2024 win. Like, what's the point of it? That's gonna be the next video, yeah. Take care, bye-bye.